I would have loved to have seen the pitch for this movie. Like, okay, so we're on a fictional island in Ireland, right? And these two guys, one of them just doesn't want to be friends with the other one anymore. Give me millions of dollars. Written and directed by Martin McDonagh, The Banshees of Inisherin tells the story of two lifelong friends who find themselves at an impasse when one abruptly ends their relationship, with alarming consequences for the both of them. The movie stars Colin Farrell, Gleeson, Kerry Condon, and Keoghan. I just want to start off the video really quick by just saying thank you to those of you who have watched and liked and commented and subscribed and basically supported my channel over the last year. I started 2022 with 215 subs and ended 2022 with like 2,555 subs, I think, which is just that's crazy. And I just want to say thank you because look, there's all of those little things, the watching, the viewing, the liking, the commenting, subscribing, all of those things really help a channel out. I know there's a lot of creators out there that talk about that every single video. I try not to because it annoys me too. But it really is. It means a lot, those and not just for this channel, but for any channel that you like and you want to support and you want to see grow. Do those things, liking, the commenting, subscribing, all of those things help out the channel in the long run. Now, Martin McDonagh is one of those guys who's I just want to see everything the guy does. He's a writer, director, and I always pay attention to what he's doing. It doesn't matter what the movie's about. I don't care. I've seen every single one of his movies except for the first one. I've watched In Bruges. I've watched Seven Psychopaths, Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. All of them are good in different ways, and this is definitely one of those movies too. If you ever never seen a Martin McDonagh movie, it's a special thing. I hesitate to call it like quirky because to me that almost has like a negative connotation, like people are turned off by the idea of a quirky kind of movie, but it's really not. It's really not a bad thing. And it's this one in particular is probably one of the best dark comedies I've seen in a very, very long time. This movie, more than anything else, is almost like a slice of life type of movie. It's not a popcorn movie, like at all. There's not going to be explosions and crazy violence and all that kind of stuff. It's there's some, but it's nothing like what you would expect, I guess. And I just love it for that. It's such a breath of fresh air to watch a movie with this kind of story that's just so unlike anything I've seen. The movie is also gorgeous to look at. It's beautiful. Now, even though the island of Inisherin is a fictional island, it takes place in the spring of 1923. So there's still the Irish Civil War going on, and it's just the sweeping shots of Ireland, different parts of Ireland. It's gorgeous. It's an absolutely beautiful movie to look at. Now, acting wise, everybody just kills it in this movie, right? I mean, it's awesome. Barry Keoghan plays Dominic. He's sort of the the troubled youth on the island, and he sometimes it feels like he's acting, where you can actually you actually kind of feel that, and you're like okay, but once you ease into the film, you realize what a good performance that he's putting on, because it all makes sense. It really, really works. Kerry Condon is just luminous as Pioric's sister Siobhan. Look, if I mispronounce some of these names, I apologize. But yeah, the first time I took notice of her was when she played Mike Ehrmantraut's daughter-in-law in Better Call Saul, and I thought she was great there. But she's also the voice of Friday in the Avengers movies. Iron Man's suit. When Vision kind of is out of the picture, now he's got Friday in the. Anyway, she's there. She's the voice of Friday. But yeah, in this movie, she's warm, but sad, and just really funny in a very understated kind of way. And really, I mean, the whole movie's kind of like that. The humor is not like, it's so understated that I don't know. Maybe it's that sort of, British slash Irish kind of sense of humor, but I really, really dug it. Brendan Gleeson is one of those actors that when I see him in a movie, I get excited because he's always just that character. He just becomes that person. And he's kind of an effortless sort of acting. And he's terrific here. He's just as good as he always is. In fact, there's moments where there's humor and sadness all mixed in, and this irritation that he's got with Colin Farrell's character. It's just really, really good stuff. Now, Colin Farrell is one of those actors that, for whatever reason, he's never really impressed me that much with his acting. I've always liked him. He's always one of those actors. He's got so much charisma. He's a good looking guy, all of those things, but he's never really punched it for me. It's just, I don't know. That's just the way it is. But I've always liked him. And here it's probably my favorite performance I've ever seen from Colin Farrell. He just becomes this character, and I completely believe everything in his performance here. At the beginning of the movie, Colin Farrell's character, Piorik, right, is talking to Brendan Gleeson's character, Colin, right? And this is not a spoiler. This is basically the movie, right? That's the movie. Colin basically says, I don't want to be your friend anymore. The look on Colin Farrell's face, it was so hurt that it almost made me cry. Just the look on his face, not like full on cry, but like, tear up, you know what I mean? And it's so well done that I just was like, okay, I'm tuned in to Colin Farrell's performance here, because if he's able to do that right at the beginning, then what else has he got for me? Now, again, this is going to be one of those movies that's, I don't know, it's not going to be for everybody. To me, there's a suspense in the way that the story plays out. Like, what is going to happen? And I was just so drawn into it that I kind of forgot the fact that I was like, I guess that's the best kind of storytelling, is when you just kind of forget and let the story work. And like I said, I think there's going to be a lot of people out there that are going to say nothing ever happened. That barely anything happens in this movie. And I understand that, but at the same time, I totally disagree with that. I loved this movie. Now, I watched this with my wife, right? And she's one of those people that if there's not an explosion or someone dead in the first 5 minutes, she's kind of tuned out and she thinks that it's boring. And she was really sort of strangely captivated by this movie. And she said, I don't know if it's because I've been watching a lot of British TV lately and Irish TV and all that kind of thing, but she just really, really enjoyed it. In fact, she gave it the same rating that I did, which is really like, what? I did not expect that kind of reaction from her. She gave it a 3.5 out of 4 stars, just like I did. So yeah, this is one of those where I kind of feel like you need to look at the movie, look at the trailer, and if you really dig the trailer, if you think the trailer is interesting, give the movie a shot. But just sit back and let the movie just work, and just let the movie wash over you. And I really enjoyed this movie, and I want to see it again. And I can say that if I had seen this in 2022, I would absolutely have put it on my top of the year, because it's that good. And it's available right now on HBO Max, at least in the United States. The Banshees of Inisherin. I would love to hear what you think about this movie. Are you like me and you just totally dug it? Were you one of those that thought, man, this movie just nothing happened? I'm curious. I'm curious how many people, were kind of in it alongside me, just like completely drawn in and just loved it. Yeah, let me know down below and we will talk about it. So thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.